Yes, and welcome back to MLB The Show 18, everybody. And today I'm going to show you a few filters I've been using to build up stuff. But before I do that, let's check out the diamond that I have got on my team. My first diamond of this year. Of course, it's no money spent for me. So no ripping 1,000 packs and getting diamonds. I got to earn them the hard way by working the market or completing, oh, he's already in the squad, by completing the programs, etc. But I've finally got my Brett Gardner completed. Picked up Kiwi Mace, and as you can see, look, he's not the greatest batsman you've ever seen. He does have quite solid contact, outstanding discipline at the plate though, and look at that vision, looking good. Also though, his fielding, very, very strong, which is going to help big time, particularly in that shortstop position, along with some decent speed on the base pass. So I'll definitely throw him into the team, because at the moment, as you can see, my team is looking pretty average at the moment. And I got found out big time, particularly in my pitches the other day when I decided to play an online head-to-head ranked game. I got absolutely smoked. And I did actually pick up, the only other card I've picked up of note, apart from the ones you earn through programs, is Tanaka, just to add a bit of solidity up the front there in my rotation. Okay. Right, moving right along. As you see the top right-hand corner, I've got 5,000 stubs at the moment. Not an amazing amount, but I should have about 11,000 if I didn't lose 6,000 at the server crash a couple of days ago. So hopefully SDS will get those back to me at some stage. But in the meantime, quickly check out the programs. And like I said, I've had to work the market to be able to complete all these programs, because basically you've got to buy jerseys, hats, all that sort of stuff. You've got to use stubs to do it, so you got to go ahead and work the market to get those. So I've completed all the closing picture programs. I've completed the relief pictures, Palfrey and Cahill in the starting picture program. Haven't done any right fielders. Centre fielders I've got 2 completed. All the left fielders are completed. And in the career arcs, I'm working on Williams as my other one. And I'm just about got those legend left field home runs completed, which I'm using the good old Babe Ruth for that. And Smith is the other one I'm focusing on at the moment, and really you need a lot of saves. Now you can go ahead and get some of the percentages up and get access to some of this other stuff, but you need to exchange an absolute crap load of cards to do that. As you can see here, 4,000 worth, and it's only worth 100 each of those, and some of those are probably could cost anywhere from maybe a few hundred stubs through to a few thousand stubs. So it can take quite some time to build that up. So I'm not worried about that at the moment. So those are the main things I'm working on. Ruth I'm working towards is my ultimate card. Managed to, what have I done with him? Oh, I got his final season, which was a bunch of stats for him. That was good. The other one I'm sort of working towards is Nolan Ryan. And managed to got 383 starter strikeouts. That's what I'm working towards. And I've got 170 in the bank. So anyway, building the stubs. There's 3 filters that you can use right now that will help you build a decent amount of stubs. Now, when I talked last time, I talked about the fact that you can just get the low, you just go in here, go to say Orioles, any team will do, and just look for about 100 stub difference in some of these lower cards, and you're going to get a profit of somewhere between 60 and 100 stubs on every transaction. And I'll tell you what, you fill your auction house up, your market active orders is what I'm trying to say there. You fill that up with enough of those, and I tell you what, your stubs will build up pretty quickly. And primarily that's what I had been using. But the disadvantage with doing that is you've got to post a lot of orders. So if you're a bit lazy like I am, you start looking at some of these higher ones. So for example, Zach Britton, the difference between a sell now and buy now is about 400 stubs, which would be about a 200 stub profit by the time you take off tax. The fact you've got to shove down 2.5 or 2.2 thousand stubs for a 200 stub return, that's very borderline in my opinion, particularly if the market suddenly rockets down. You could be left with a loss or maybe just breaking even for all that effort. So the filters I have been using are, the first one is just basically gold cards. So just run in here, get your minimum overall at 80, your maximum overall, and then press the old options button and you'll bring up all the gold cards that are available in the game. So essentially what you're looking for here, particularly if you've got low stubs, or sort of maybe 2,000 or 3,000 stubs, the numbers that I work on, that if it's in the thousands, I'm looking for about a 400 stub difference between the sell now and buy now price. and then add 100 stubs for every 1,000 after that. So if it's between 2 and 3,000, I'm looking for about a 500 stub difference, and that will give you a profit of around minimum 300 sort of stubs. And that builds up quite nicely pretty quickly. So the big advantage with this is you don't have to post that many orders. And so for the lazy people like me, it means building it up a little bit quicker. The disadvantage, once again, is if the market swings and takes a downward trend, you can get stung. But usually not too bad. The other thing is sometimes they do take a little while to actually sell some of these or buy them. But let's just take a look at some on this front page here. Some that would be solid. Osuna, look at that. So basically, if you could buy him for $42.50 and then sell him for $5,100, that's basically going to be about a 400 stub profit. I probably won't go for that because it's not quite enough of a profit by putting down essentially my, almost all my stubs. So let's look for one. There's 600 different there for about. Look, Bregman could be a good one. So you go in here and look to buy him for. I know I can see the market shifted down a bit by nearly 100, so let's not do that one. 500 Rich Hill Classic. Yep, 500 stub different here. So let's look to buy him for 2220. Oh, sorry. Let's get this right. 176. Let's put it 1770 just to make sure we get in there. And as you can see, I've got the top request to buy that card at 1770. So we'll come back to that later. Now, the other filter that I'm using at the moment is going into equipment. Just going straight into equipment. And what you find here is you find some really good ways to build stubs. So let's just take a look at some of the examples because I don't have a heck of a lot of money. Now, look at this. I stay away from the sponsorships. Mainly because I don't believe franchise is as popular, so you might struggle to get the card sold or bought very quickly. But what do we got here? Oh, I've gone into stadiums by mistake. That's why. Well, I pushed the wrong button. Get with the program. Okay, look, here goes a really classic example right here. 800 stubs difference right there at 3,000. So there'll be a decent little amount of profit in there, but I don't want to spend all my stubs right now. But let's keep going through. Let's look for something in the sort of twos. Ones or the twos. Here we go. Look at this. Nike Hyperforce. So that's 700 stubs difference, and you'd make a profit of about 450 to 500 stubs. So let's go ahead and buy that, or try to buy that. We'll create a buy order of 1,670. And hopefully we can pick that one up. Now, you'd sometimes, particularly when it's during the middle of the day, where the servers are really active, you might have to go in and repost these as other people post up their buy and sell orders. But that's just part of the deal. So these may or may not get picked up, and I might have to up it by a few stubs just to make sure I secure it. The last filter that I'd recommend is go out here, just go into the cards, and just do it by, just straight away, just do it by team. So let's work the other way. Let's go Giants. Go into Giants and just look for any bargains that you can see. Look, straight away, Andrew McCutcheon, there's a good one there. It's about 300. Yeah, so that's not quite enough. It's about 340 stubs different there, so that wouldn't make me much more than 200. So that's not quite good enough for me, so I'd probably go here and get into Padres. What do they got here? So 600 different there would give you about a 300 profit. I've only got 1,718 stubs, so I haven't got much to play with. This is probably not the filter I would go into with only this number of stubs. I'll probably go into gold cards with this, to be honest. But let's just keep going through and we'll just find something that we can do something with. Okay, here we go here. So 500 difference. Rich Hill, we already got an active order for Rich Hill. There we go. And it looks like my other stub order has come through. So I'll need to go and sell those glasses. But what do we got here? No, nothing there. This is going to be a very boring video if I keep going through. Here we go. One of my orders have sold. This one's 400. There we go. Wade Davis. Let's get Wade Davis. 400 difference for a couple hundred stub. Profit there. 1553. Oh. Okay, and there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You just keep doing that, and before long, you'll be building stubs up nice and quickly. I'll come back once the market's settled here and I've got all my transactions through, just to recap on how I did. We'll catch you in a minute. Okay, everybody, we are back, and as you can see by my completed orders page here, I have sold all three of those cards that we bought. the Rich Hill card, it sold pretty much straight away and within a few minutes, and managed a 246 stub profit off that. The Hyperforce, I had to actually relist that. Someone else put a bid in there, but I managed to sell that after about 10 minutes, 256 stubs. And finally, Wade Davis, he took a bit of fiddling around as other people put some bids on the auction house, but actually managed to get a 391 stub profit there. So that's for a total profit of just under 900 stubs for 3 transactions there. Usually I probably put those up to sell them and then go and play a conquest game or something like that, and then come back to them and just relist the ones that didn't sell. So once again, a little bit more, a little bit less maintenance required, and you can make some stubs in decent chunks, but it can take a bit of fiddling if other people start posting other bids on there. So, but still a really good filter. And as you can see, the rest of my list there sort of follows the same sort of pattern, around the same prices, where you can make sort of 2, 3, 4, 500 stubs pretty easily on a regular basis, and build up your stub balance quite nicely. There you go, top right hand corner. I'm now over 6,000 stubs, just like that. Easy as that, everybody. But hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button. By the way, there'll be some gameplay coming, so stand by for that. But hey, smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new, and until next time, take it easy.